course. So it's the same with any insurance product. We knew that was going to happen. Told you we needed the tape for those things, Sean. Hey guys, how you doing? One of the things that Canadian retirees want the most, and one of their biggest goals, is that they're going to get out and travel and explore the world in retirement, but there can potentially be a huge financial snag with that, which is them potentially not being able to get or afford travel insurance coverage due to existing or medical things that happen to them after they've retired. So sometimes you've got these big plans and then you can't actually do them because unfortunately you can't get or afford insurance to go on these vacations. So today we're going to talk about a product that could potentially help you. This is a product, and I did read through the whole brochure on a different video on my computer, and it took me like 4 hours to read through it. So today I'm just going to go through the main points. If you want the brochure, email us at info@k4financial.ca and we'll happily send it to you. If you want to discuss this product, then just let us know. We can sell it to anybody in BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Ontario. Unfortunately, it's just not even available to anybody in Quebec or New Brunswick. And we're not insurance licensed in the other maritime provinces or the territories. So this is a Manulife travel insurance product called Term Travel 80, and basically says if you apply for this travel insurance, which is an annual premium at 65 or younger, it will automatically renew every single year. Doesn't matter what happens to your health after 65. You can have coverage for travel up until you're 80. Doesn't matter what happens after you get this in place. So I'm just going to go through a few of the benefits. You only apply once. You don't have to worry about changes in your health. That's a good thing. You're covered until you're 80 as long as you get the initial approval. The one thing, and this is sort of the fine print of insurance companies that I want to bring to your attention, is that you have that same travel coverage up until you're 80, but your health can impact it. So let's say something happens where you got cancer. Okay, they're not going to cancel your coverage. Doesn't mean you can't go on this trip, but your health status must not have changed for 3 months before the trip. So if something happens, you go to the doctor, whatever, you're planning a trip 4 months later and there's no changes, then as long as that's the case, you should be able to go. There's more information in the application. The payments are based on your age at the time of application. So if you get it when you're 40 years old, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend, like who's going to buy permanent travel insurance for themselves, that's on the more expensive side. At 40, I wouldn't necessarily do it. And we'll bring up a chart of what the actual premiums are based on age, which could potentially be changed based on a medical questionnaire that you might have to take depending on your age. So there's some basic questions we'd have to ask you, and maybe a few more that could change it. So it's based on that. They suggest that the premiums aren't going to go up with anything other than potentially inflation. So if you got it at 65, it's based on the age of 65, not 75 like you're getting the same product, just potentially going up with inflation. One of the other benefits is that if you have this, you pay for it for 10 years, you do not make a claim, you're going to get half of your premiums back. Which is kind of a nice little bonus. You might be able to go on a nice trip if you get half the premiums back. You're covered on all your trips. You can take as many 30-day trips as you want. You're going to be covered on every single one of them. And if you're a snowbird or something like that, you want to go away for longer, you will get guaranteed approval to add on extra days to the coverage. How much coverage do you have? You've got 5 million Canadian in coverage. So let's say you go on a trip, you use up $1 million, well, now you've got $4 million of coverage left. If something crazy happens and you go and use up all 5 million in one trip, then your insurance coverage is done. No deductible, so there's no additional cost to this. Manulife will pay the hospital or physician directly if you contact their assistance center. Talks about a whole bunch of the other things, the add-ons like baggage coverage and other things in sort of the benefits of this in the brochure if you want it. I'll read this one. Will my health condition affect my coverage? If you develop a health condition after you've purchased Travel80 term travel insurance, it will not affect your coverage as long as the condition has been stable for 3 months prior to a trip. However, there are health conditions that may affect your initial application. Please contact your advisor for more information about those conditions. It says, Manulife says, when's the best time to buy? The younger, the better. I mean, well, I would suggest maybe if you know that you're going to retire soon, you're worried about health conditions, you want to travel a whole bunch, you've done some shopping around to see how much that would cost. This might be really cost effective for some people who do want to travel a lot, especially if something comes up. And to also, like any insurance product, to get it when you're healthy. So the odds of you being unhealthy as you age increase. So instead of me just reading all these numbers, we're going to pull up this annual premium rate table. It's got non-smoker and smoker rates. It doesn't matter, male or female. Sounds like it's the same based on the age band. Policy is going to automatically expire at 80. Like any insurance contract, you can cancel this at any time. If you hit 75 and you're like, I'm never going to travel again because your health issues or whatever, money's tight or whatever, you can cancel this at any time. And yeah, so to me, it sounds like an actually pretty good product for, the certain section of the population that are going to be traveling a lot, spending a lot on that. And a big concern is the health insurance needed to travel. So if you have any more questions, please contact us, info@k4financial.ca. Just let us know which province you're in and that you're interested in this or just asking for the brochure, and we'll happily send it to you. Cheers.